sea's been a big part of my life for lots of different reasons, really. And I think we lived on the seafront when I was going through all the troubled times, as I'd call them, the reflective times of being lost a little bit, not knowing where I was going to go. And the sea was my one element, really. I'd walk the dog down here, especially in the winter time. I'd walk the dog, I'd get in the sea. So it played a massive part in my life at that point. And I think it was my, we talk about mental health and the stage you're at, it was my one solace that I could come down and actually get some thinking done and process basically the trauma that I'd been through and what I was going through. And yeah, I think through my darkest times, the sea reflectively was the one area I could come down and actually get some focus and actually try and work out what was going on. It's on a knife edge all the time anyway. You know, whether you get a contract, whether that's renewed, whether it's not renewed, whether you get a serious injury, whether, you know, the whole thing is always on a knife edge anyway to when that could possibly end. And if you're doing no planning, no structure, nothing alongside it, or even any thoughts about it, when it's gone, it's a major hole that's left in your life. And you know, trying to fill that or trying to get up and think about what tomorrow could look like is so difficult. I think that's why it's so important, and I mean so important, that you actually plan alongside what you're doing and strategise alongside what you're doing. Because we always say, I mean, the biggest emphasis of what we always talk about, the sport is, you know, it's what you do. It doesn't define who you are. There's so many more things about you as an individual, and I think you have to search for that all the time alongside doing the sport that you love, which is fine. You dedicate life to it, you do that. But that doesn't mean that that has to be the whole thing. That doesn't mean it has to be the whole process. You know, you've got to plan alongside. You've got to have some strategies and you've got to have some structure. Otherwise, you'll go from that and you'll find yourself in the darkest places and you'll spiral and you'll just struggle to get out of it.